Well, I feel much better than I did. However, one of the side effects of feeling better is that I'm also once again hungry. So yesterday I couldn't fall asleep till like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I ended up basically just sitting in bed and scrolling through the Domino's menu on DoorDash. And the funny part is, like, it's not even open, like, the restaurant is closed. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't really order anything. But still, I was just sitting in bed and looking at what kind of interesting foods they have. So that is the level of hunger I am at. So instead of like watching hardcore hentai as a normal person would do at 2 a.m. in the morning in his bed, I was just like looking at food pictures, and that was kind of basically like the equivalent of me watching porn at this point. But yeah, no, the hunger is 100% back. That is probably something I'm going to have to fight going forward because it's not getting easier. The weight is still going down, and I still have quite a lot of weight to lose, so it is definitely not going to get easier. So I'll probably be watching a lot of food pictures and scrolling through DoorDash quite often, especially during the nighttime. So yeah, let's see how that's going to go. Anyways, I decided that I'm not going to go into the office today because I didn't really have a very good night's sleep. So I'm basically just going to be chilling at home for the most of the day. And I'm also going to be going to the gym. So I'll try to get up, I'll try to get my morning coffee, and then I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Where the fuck is it? Okay, found it. Okay, I feel like we are so back because today I had an amazing workout. Everything felt fine. My hunger is back where it should be, and my stomach pain is absolutely non existent. So I feel like we are 100% back. And on top of that, if you guys saw the weight check-in today in the morning, like I've been losing weight significantly. Like I'm even lower than I was before the cheat day. So that is a really cool thing. And that means that maybe this weekend or the weekend after that, we are finally going to get to actually order Domino's instead of just me watching it during the nighttime as you would normally watch porn, because I need to stop scrolling to DoorDash and looking at new interesting foods I could try that I will never try because it's just like me teasing myself. But yeah, I am very happy with today's workout and I'm very happy with my weight. So far it seems to be going really well. And I think I can probably do a cheat day this weekend or maybe the weekend after that. And okay, hear me out, guys. I know that I'm kind of like making this cheat day a little bit more often than I initially said that I would. But once again, so the first cheat day that I had like this weekend or basically like the last weekend, I feel like that doesn't really count because first of all, I ended up getting sick and I ended up losing even more weight just because I wasn't really eating for the like next two following days. And on top of that, I still have 2 months, and during these 2 months, I think for me to get to my end goal, like my end goal of weight, I need to lose like somewhere around like 14, 15 more pounds, and that is very doable. During the next 2 months, I am 100% going to lose that. It is going to become a little bit tricky during the last month, but that is completely doable. So yes, I do agree that I don't really have that much time to fuck around, and I don't have that much time to like do cheat days and just like lose progress. But I think I can do one more until I reach my end goal. So I feel like it's probably going to be this weekend or the next because I am really craving Domino's. But as pleasant as a thought that Domino's are, currently we are still going to be eating eggs. So I am going to boil some eggs. I'm going to have some cherry tomatoes, and on top of that, I am going to eat some peppers, which for some reason I really do enjoy with eggs. Also, another cool thing is I ordered a new microphone. So I ordered this DJI microphone that looks like it's going to be significantly better than this old ass stupid microphone that I'm currently using. So you guys will no longer have to deal with the audio quality being dog shit. So I feel like that's a good thing as well, at least for you guys. For me, the only thing that's going to change is that the quality is going to be significantly better for you and that it is going to be a little bit more comfortable for me to use the microphone because it is going to be significantly smaller. The shape of the microphone is significantly more comfortable, so I can also place it on a chain. So I can also like be shirtless and just have this little metal chain around my neck and wear the microphone that way. So I feel like that's going to be a good thing as well because first of all, the quality for you guys. Secondly, it's just going to be much more convenient for me. I also really do want to buy a camera. However, the thing with the camera is a little bit different because that's going to be like a $2,000 investment, and I cannot justify to myself buying a camera if I have like fucking four people watching my videos. So when the time is going to come when I'm at least going to have a few hundred views on each video, then I will for sure upgrade to like a proper camera because that is something that I've been wanting to buy for a while now. But like you can't make these investments when you're not even sure if you're going to keep on making the videos. So like I remember like years ago I did buy a camera once, and for the time it was a reasonably good camera, and I ended up using it like maybe like 4 5 times because I didn't really have an idea of what is it that I want to do with the camera. And whenever you start buying a lot of gear and you don't really have a real usage for the gear, it always ends up being a waste of money. So I am not interested in wasting $2,000 on nothing if I could be spending this money elsewhere. So I will upgrade to a camera eventually if I start getting a little bit of views. And I don't really even need like a whole lot of views for me to upgrade to a camera. As soon as there are going to be like a few hundred views on each video, which is hopefully eventually going to happen, then I will 100% upgrade. But until then, you guys will have to watch this shit on my iPhone. So I feel like I have a decent iPhone. I feel like watching videos on a 17 Pro iPhone isn't really the worst case scenario. It could be worse. I could be using like a iPhone 13 or an iPhone 14. I feel like that would be significantly worse. But yeah, anyways, we are so back. So far, this day has been amazing. Probably because I didn't go to the office, but yeah, so far this day has been absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Well, now I said that I'm going to talk to you guys in a little bit, and I still have to finish filling this up. That is a little bit awkward because I also need to switch off the video. Okay, let's finish this. And now I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Out of everything that I eat during the day, this little slice of bread with cheese is like legitimately the only thing that I actually truly enjoy. Like, imagine how sad is that? I've actually been training for a very long time. Like, I've been going to the gym for a little bit more than 10 years now. And the reason why it doesn't look like I've been training for more than 10 years is because my mind would trap me quite often. And I spent the like first 6 or 7 years basically kind of trapped in a place where I lied to myself and said that like I don't really need to push myself. I don't really need to lift heavier weights. The only thing that I do need to do is like think about like very proper posture and think about like making every movement perfect. And the thing that I thought that I'm doing is I thought that I'm being smart, and I thought that I'm kind of like avoiding injuries and just like growing in a good, reasonable pace. But in reality, I was just ego lifting and I was just stagnating. I wasn't really growing. I wasn't really pushing myself and I wasn't really improving. And during the last 2 years, I've probably made more progress than I did like the last 7 years before that. And the thing that I changed is you need to challenge yourself. You need to push yourself. You can't really sit in one place and you can't really just like kind of do the same thing over again every single day and not really try to like grow and challenge yourself. So like yeah, there is a point where you need to think about proper posture. There is a thing where you need to think about like proper form. However, like if you're not going to like lift the weights, if you're not going to increase the weights, nothing really is going to change. So like you need to find a balance. You need to find a balance between doing proper weight and challenging yourself and not really injuring yourself. And every single movement that you'll do doesn't really have to be perfect. Every single like path, like route of you lifting weights It doesn't have to be like the ideal perfect scenario, because your body doesn't really care if this movement was perfect or if this movement was just good enough to actually like challenge this muscle, because in reality, like, your form doesn't need to be like absolutely flawless all the time. It just needs to be good enough for you to actually work the muscle that you're trying to work, and it needs to be good enough for you to not injure yourself. Other than that, the thing that is going to be determining factor if you're going to grow or not is just if you're going to lift enough weight. So yeah, basically the thing that I started doing is I just started lifting more weights. I started throwing the weights a little bit around, like around a little bit more than I used to, and I was just basically kind of pushing myself as hard as I can. And that's where you actually started growing, and that's where actually the growth came. Because it's quite easy to get trapped, and it's quite easy to just not really want to push yourself and just kind of like do the same thing over and over again. But yeah, no, you're just going to waste time if you're going to do those kind of things. So you do have to push yourself. And I feel like that is the case with everything that you do in life. You do have to take a certain amount of risk if you want to move forward and if you want to grow. Because, like, you can do the thing that is safe, that you know how to do, and you can just keep on doing it over and over again. And you are going to be relatively okay if you're going to do stuff in this kind of a way. But if you actually do want to achieve something extraordinary, if you actually do want to achieve something more than you have achieved so far, then that is going to require more effort, and that is going to require to take a certain level of risk. So yeah, that is why I have been lifting weights for more than 10 years, but I look pretty average. That's because I haven't really challenged myself all that much. And the only time I started challenging myself was basically during the last 2 years. So yeah, guys, don't get stuck in this trap of not challenging yourself with whatever it is that you're doing. Do take a certain level of risk. And once again, don't be stupid and don't take unreasonable risks just to take risks. The risks still need to be somewhat calculated, but also you can't really live with your life without taking any risk at all. And yeah, I am pretty much done with the day. I cooked my food, I ate my food. It is the evening already, and this day was actually relatively chill. I still had my ups and downs mood wise, and I feel like I'm probably still gonna have them for a while. I think like these ups and downs when it comes to my mood are also connected to the fact that I'm just like constantly hungry. So my mood does fluctuate quite a lot. But this was a good day. I actually feel like I did quite well today, and nothing really bad happened, and everything went more or less my way. So yeah, it is the evening. I am going to go and watch some TV now, and then afterwards I'm already going to be going to the bed, because tomorrow we are going to do the same thing all over again. We are going to go to the office and then afterwards to the gym, and I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow.